Hi, welcome. Today we are starting the second lesson, ETL. Okay, in the third module, Big Data. Let's introduce what is ETL, and then we will focus today on the extract and transform processes. Okay, so let's start. The learning objective of this lesson is to learn techniques for collecting data from diverse sources and perform ETL process. Okay. ETL stands for extract, transform, and load data. Okay, so coming from different sources like databases, files, software as a service applications through APIs, or even application events, we extract that data. That would be the first phase or first step in the ETL. Then that data arrives to a staging area where it's transformed, okay, which is the second process. And then the third step is to load it into a data warehouse, okay, which is a big container of several files, databases, software service applications, connections, and some events where this information is structured and organized so it can be in the future analyzed. But the analyze part, we will cover it on the third lesson. Okay. Okay. So, what's ETL? It's a process in data integration that involves collecting data from various sources, convert it into usable format, and then store it in a centralized system, okay, such as data warehouse or data lake. We will cover both data warehouse and data lake topics during this lesson. Okay, so some key aspects or key features of ETL is that it allows you to extract data from multiple different or heterogeneous sources and transform it into standardized format so it can be loaded to analytical platform for querying and report generating. Okay, that drive you to insights and further actions. Okay, ETL is basic for decision making in today's world. Okay, and this process assure that data is consolidated, it's cleaned, and it's available for business intelligence tools or big data more powerful tools. Okay. The modern ETL systems can handle both structured, semi-structured, and unstructured data at scale, often in real time. Okay, and some of them are built for cloud architectures. Okay, so ETL benefits are the consistency of data, that it's consolidated in the same place. Data is reliable as it has been previously cleaned and transformed. It's integrating data from several sources. Okay, they can be integrated through different softwares and APIs, and it's compatible due to that we have standardized the format. It's compatible with several analytical tools. Okay? So the first step in the ETL, as said before, is data extraction, okay, where we collect raw data, so data that has not been manipulated or it's coming directly from the origin as it's delivered by the software. Okay, so both internal sources or external sources, like we saw in the first lesson. Okay, and we have three different methods. It could be more, but the most important are those three. Full extraction is I extract all of the data sets. Okay, every time that I need to access to that data, I will extract again the entire data set. Okay, so I don't take nothing into account of changes, nothing. So I'm connecting it and I extract everything. Okay, it's easy to implement, but resources heavy. Okay, and it could take more time. Okay? Then the second type of extraction is an incremental extraction. Okay, it's just focused on extracting new data, okay, or updated data since the last extract. So it checks which was the last full extraction. It see the new data or the new data set. It compares it and it just extracts what has been changed. Okay, it's more efficient, it's faster, and it's lighter in resources because you are not extracting all of the data set. Okay, and then the third option is change data capture. This is tracking in real time the changes and the movement and the transactions in source systems, and it's updating the data. Okay, it's the more reliable and updated, okay, for decision making, but some most of the software are not prepared to track it on real time, and it's consuming a lot of data and internet connection. So depending on the company where you are based, if it's a company where there are, I don't know, 10 sales per day, okay, you can have an incremental extraction on a daily basis and would be okay. Or instead of a daily, maybe from 5 to 6 hours incremental extractions, I would be okay. But if you are working in a blood test laboratory, for example, and you need to track real time results in real time and update it so the doctors has direct real time access to the fresh data, or you're working in a hospital or in a critical environment like I don't know, like a nuclear facility, you need to opt for a change data capture. Okay, so you are tracking in real time changes and you are updating your information and you are extracting fresh data every time. Okay, there are several tools that can be used. Here there are some of them, like Talend, which is from Click company, then Apache, Nifi, Informatica Power Center, and Fivetran. Okay. Then once we have extracted the information, it's a raw data. We need to clean that data. Okay, so correct and to correct it, remove some errors, check inconsistencies, inaccuracies, and the aspects that we should focus on are duplicate uh, rows, for example, duplicate values, null values or empty spaces in the data set, and then the format, as told you in the previous lesson about currencies, dates, uh, points or commas in the decimals, and document formatting. Okay, so it's important that we do that first cleaning or first filtering before starting transformating and doing calculations on the data sets. Okay, some cleaning tools are again Talend, then Trifacta or OpenRefine. They can help you to identify null values, duplicates, and formats, and based on that, it's clean and remove some errors in order to don't affect the data accuracy. Okay. Well, once we have the first step, which was extract, and we have done a semi-step between extract and transform, which is the cleaning step, data transformation converts that raw or cleaned data, okay, into a structured format that meet the requirements of the business intelligence applications, other tools, or other framework that we are going to use. Okay, so this transformation also assures that we are fitting with the business needs, like, for example, which KPIs or metrics do we need to calculate, or which currency are we using, or well, we can perform all of the calculations and aggregation of we can aggregate new results or new models from from other sources here. We can convert data types, okay, for example, formats, or if we are measuring in liters and we want to measure it on cubic meters, there we can do that data conversion or that calculations in order to adapt it to the needs of the specific business. Okay, we can also join some or merge tables, data sets, put them together, encode them or mask them in order to hide the real names or anonymous names, and we can also protect that data. Some tools which are being used for the transform process are, for example, Apache Spark, Pentaho, or dbt.